Hey guys, so it's Kayla from the future here. I just wanted to put a little preface in the beginning of this video that I did film this video in the beginning of June, but I haven't uploaded it obviously until now. A lot of creators were gave about I think a week where they were muted to leave a space for melanated voices to help give them a platform, to help let them speak, because this is their issue more than it is ours. And so I didn't post, and then it just continued to feel weird about posting. I wasn't sure if I was going to speak on this or not because I'm very torn about it. I'm very passionate about Black Lives Matter. I believe that Black lives do matter, and I believe that this cause is very important, and I respect everyone protesting in the States, and even in Canada there's been a lot of protests. I went to one here. I think that this is a cause that has taken too long to reach this point, really. So, but at the same time, I am white, and so part of me just didn't want to speak on this because it's not my place. It's nothing I've ever experienced. But at the same time, I understand that I have privilege that other people don't, and being white, I need to use that privilege to speak on Black Lives Matter and to say that Black lives do matter. And if you think they don't, if that slogan or that saying offends you in some way and you feel like you need to make it about yourself, you should probably ask yourself why. Because Black Lives Matter, just straight up, that's all I can say. To me, I can't wrap my head around how somebody can find that offensive, because Black people are being murdered by police, people who are supposed to be protecting them, and there is no justice. It took protests all over the world for George Floyd's cops to be arrested and charged. Breonna Taylor's, the police who murdered Breonna Taylor are still out there. I believe one of them was fired, but there are still two others and they haven't been charged yet, and it's fucking ridiculous. Black women and Black trans women, they need our voices, because Breonna Taylor's message kind of got overshadowed by George Floyd's. Not to say that George Floyd's didn't deserve all the protests, but Black women always get kind of the short end of the stick in that, and especially Black trans women. And I just want to say that I hope that you guys have all been taking this time to educate yourselves, as I have been. I'm not an expert on this topic, but I know that I have white privilege and that I've benefited from white privilege my entire life, and I think everyone who is white needs to accept that and look inside yourself and look at your own biases and work on fixing them. So yeah, I just wanted to leave that out here because it just felt weird. It felt weird to upload, so I just haven't uploaded this video, but it's always gonna feel weird until we have equality, and I think that's gonna be a long time coming because it's gonna take a lot of work and change is slow. But I just want you guys to know that I support Black Lives Matter, that you guys should be educating yourselves, using your white privilege, looking at, speaking up to your family members. We have all, as white people, sloughed off a racist joke or a racist comment, laughed at a racist joke or a racist comment, and I'm sorry, but that's wrong, and that makes you complicit in racism. And being complicit is the same thing as being racist to me. I'm sorry. So we all need to do better, and I don't give a fuck how uncomfortable it is. White people have been comfortable for too long, and we've been comfortable at the expense of Black people, and it's time for us to be uncomfortable so that Black people can be comfortable in this country and in America. And I just want to be very clear that Canada is not exempt from this. We have our own racism. Please keep in mind that the RCMP, the Mounties, were created to separate Indigenous people from their land, put their children in residential schools to teach them Eurocentric values, whatever the fuck that is. So we have our own racism. There is still, if you haven't heard about the death of Regis Paquette, I believe is her last name, in Toronto, look it up. There is still no answers to that. So we are not exempt. Canada has its own issues. One of our first ever head of a party here was just booted from, our first ever head of the party here, who is of color, Jagmeet Singh, was just booted from the House of Commons because he called another MP racist. We should not be silencing people for calling people racists. Why is it more offensive to be called a racist than to be racist? We need to be allowed to call people racist. As a white person, you need to get used to being called racist instead of being defensive. Fucking listen. So yeah, that's what I have to say to that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's about Sephora shit being sucky. I will leave some links down below for some resources. If there's any other resources you guys think are helpful, link them down below. I am looking to learn more. I am gonna download White Fragility and on my Kindle, and I suggest the rest of you do too. I think we need to educate ourselves and remember that although the Black Lives Matter hashtag might not be trending anymore, it's still important today, tomorrow, and for the next 10 years. So this doesn't end when the protests end. The protests are still going on in the States. Protests are still going on here because it was just Juneteenth, and we need to keep fighting, and we need to keep using our white privilege to speak out and to elevate the voices of Black people. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hey guys, so I am here today to film a get ready with me, kind of a rant, kind of a where I've been video. The last video you guys would have seen me upload was my empty home tour. I actually filmed that on May 15th, the day I got my house, but I literally didn't have time to edit it because there was just so much going on. We got our house on May 15th, and then we still had possession of our condo until May 29th, so that we had time to kind of do some renos here first and kind of go back and forth. And so like that first entire week that we had the place, I was like spending my days at home working because I'm still working from home. While trying to pack up the house. My husband was coming here to do renos with my uncle and my cousin, and then like we would leave my house at 5 p.m, come to this house and do painting and renos and stuff here. So it was just like there was no time. So I finally got that up this week once I got internet at my new place, and I wanted to sit down and film. I'm in my new office. This is not what the setup will be. Well, I mean, this is what the setup will be. I set my desk up in here, or my makeup table up in here, but this wall is ugly. There's a box down here. My plan is to wallpaper that wall so that it looks cuter, but for now, this is what you're getting because I just haven't gotten to that yet. And of course, the wallpaper I want is from the States, and the Canadian dollar is garbage right now. So it's just one of those like things on the long list of things I have to do. We're renovating our kitchen right now. We put in new floors. I painted all the cabinets. I will have a kitchen reno video going up once it's done. I'm just waiting for countertops, and then they have to do my backsplash. We rented our stairs. Next is the basement, and then the upstairs bathroom. So it's just been like a lot of running around, and like because we upsized to a bigger place, I didn't realize how much stuff I would need. Like I had to go the other night and buy like garbage bins for all the rooms, and I need a garbage bin for under the sink, and I need a garbage bin for the garage, and I needed like towels for all the bathrooms because there's 3 now, and I had 0 hand towels because I didn't have a linen closet before. So it's just been a lot of like running around like a crazy person. I have to go to Home Depot again to get a faucet this week. It's just madness. Anyways, I digress. I'm 2 minutes in and I'm just talking about nothing. So I just wanted to sit down today and film a video in my new space, kind of get my schedule back on track. I might only have 1 video up this week. I don't know, because it's just gonna kind of depend how the week goes. I'm still really busy, kind of like I literally haven't unpacked anything except for this room and like a couple things in the kitchen, a couple things in the bedroom, just because we're like so all over the place because of renos right now. There's not a whole lot we can unpack, and because I need to like buy new living room furniture. I digress. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. Subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna be doing some home videos, and sometimes I rant about how trash Sephora is, and that's kind of where we are today. So today I'm just gonna do like a quick little get ready with me while I talk about Sephora. I've done these before. I don't really talk through what I'm doing. I will be using the Gemini palette, just kind of do like a grungy kind of smoky brown eye, which is what I actually wore it yesterday. I really like the way it looked, so we're just going with that again today. Because really the point here is to talk about the new Sephora reward system and why it sucks. So I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see my eyes. I always do my eyes first, and we will get into it. Hello, we are close. Where are my brushes? So Sephora put out a new rewards system. So if you've been paying attention, Sephora kind of has been teasing their new reward system where you can redeem your points for cash over the last few, I think it was the last few months. Like before the pandemic hit, I'm pretty sure they were testing this out. And you know, people weren't impressed because the way it looked was that you were gonna redeem 500 points for $10. Which, if you think about it, for most reward members, 500 points means that you spent $500. So to spend $500 and get $10 back is pretty trash if you ask me. Like, quite honestly, that's nothing. What is that percentage-wise? Hold on, I'm gonna do some math over here. That's a 2% cash back. 2% cash back. Trash. Just pure, unadulterated trash. So people weren't impressed, but a lot of people were like, oh, they're probably just like testing this system out, and then once they get feedback, because like you were able to like opt in to like test out their new system, and we thought, well, once you get feedback, they should change their system, right? No, I got an email yesterday saying, might have been the day before that, I don't fucking know, all the days are blurring together right now, saying that their new reward system is here. And basically it's the same system. You can redeem 500 points, so you can spend $500 at Sephora, which is I don't even, like, $500, I think in order to be BI, to be a regular Beauty Insider, it's $0. To be a VIB, I think it's $750 a year, and to be VIB Rouge, it's $1,000 a year. So let's say you spend the minimum amount to become your Sephora level for the year. As a Rouge, you would get $20. $20. As a VIB, you would get one $10 reward. And the major issue, well, not the major issue, the issue with this is that it's a shit, like Sephora has always had the most trash reward system ever. And they've gotten away with it because Sephora has been able to monopolize the system in most countries. I know the States has Ulta, but most other countries just have Sephora as kind of their high-end makeup store. We have a store called Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada, but they don't carry all the brands. And Sephora has also been able to monopolize because they carry a lot of the brands. A lot of their brands are exclusive, like KVD is exclusive, Fenty is exclusive. There's a bunch of brands that are exclusive, and I know some people I've seen online say like, oh, well, I'll just purchase directly from the brands. But okay, first of all, KVD and Fenty are literally owned by Sephora. So even if you're purchasing directly from the brands, you're still benefiting Sephora because Kendo Brands is owned by the same company that owns Sephora, which is I think LVMH. So that doesn't help anything. And also, if you're supporting brands that are, say, carried at Sephora but aren't owned by Sephora, like let's say ABH, that's totally fine if you live in the States. But for someone like me who lives in Canada, it's not really an economic option because shipping on other companies' websites is always, how do I say, shitty, because they always charge a ridiculous price for shipping. And then I end up having to pay duties once it gets over the border and taxes. And like, at that point, it's like, okay, listen, I'm all for standing up against a shitty corporation, especially because Sephora did lay off all of their employees in America during this pandemic. However, for a Canadian, it's just not an economic option really, unless you're rich. And then if you are, go for it, girl. But like, I'm not. And so the issue there is, it's not like I'm not gonna pay $20 American for shipping and then also have to pay like let's say $10 to $20 for duties. And then it's like, okay, I'm paying an extra $40 to have some makeup because I have morals. Like, listen, there's just some lines that like are just not realistic, and that's one of them. Okay, I just primed my face with the Smashbox primer water, so I'm just gonna let that dry while I rant. So one of the issues with this is if you're a VIB Rouge, you can redeem 2,500 points for a $100 gift card. Now the issue with this that I've always had an issue with is that the gift card is fucking hard to get. They only release limited amounts every Tuesday and Thursday. Not every Tuesday and Thursday, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It could be either, it could be neither. At about, I think it's 9 a.m. PST, so it ends up being 12 p.m. EST for me, and you have to like sit on the website and wait for them to launch in order to get them. Now I have gotten mine, I think 2 or 3 times, so it's not impossible, but I also work from home, or I've worked in an office where I've been able to like have time to get it myself. Whereas a lot of people don't have that option. Like if you're not home at that exact time or able to be on your phone at that exact time, you're fucked. So don't love that. And also my issue with this has always been, if I have 2,500 points and I'm allowed to redeem it for a $100 gift card, just let me do it whenever the fuck I want. I shouldn't have to wait for like a specific thing to drop so that I can get it. And then keep in mind that you can't use that gift card during a 20% off sale. You can't return anything that you bought with that gift card. So you have to buy things that you know you're going to like and want to keep. So it's just like a trash system altogether. However, what's even more trash than that is spending $500 to get $10. So if you look at that, 500 times 5 is 2,500 points. So you could redeem 500 points 5 times to get $50, or you could save up those points and get $100. How does that equate in Sephora'S brain? Why would anyone do the smaller amount when you could save up for the larger amount? Also, so Sephora sent out the new points. I have screenshots galore all up in my phone. So they sent me the new points. Great. Let's start putting foundation on, I guess. So they sent the new points, and in the breakdown, it says, now, an issue that they kind of snuck by in the last points update was that you used to get free expedited shipping as a VIB Rouge, and then they kind of took that away, and now it's just free standard shipping, which, like, is fine, but, like, I'm spending $1,000 there a year. You should give me something more than free shipping, because, like, honestly, you already get free shipping over $50. There's not a whole lot you can buy at Sephora for less than $50. Let's be real. So they snuck that away. And then in this update, in the last update, they changed the points. So it used to be that if you were a VI or a BI, you got 1 point for every dollar you spent. If you were a VIB, you got 1.25 points for every dollar you spent. Am I like yellow? I'm feeling yellow. You got 1.25 points for every dollar you spent. And if you were VIB Rouge, you got 1.5 points for every dollar you spent, which was great. And it makes sense. You should get, like, if I'm spending $1,000 there a year, you should give me more points. And it helps me get to that $2,500 offer more easily. So that's great. However, in this update, it now says that all tiers get 1 point per $1 spent. So basically, they realized probably pretty quickly that they were selling too many of the 100 point perks, and so they reduced the amount of points you get for being a VIB Rouge and even a VIB. During the sales events, you get 20% off, which is the same. There's a new thing I don't know if it's new. There's a new reward added that says points for discount events, and it says now you can exchange your points for savings, because we know nothing gives you that warm and fuzzy feeling like seeing your dollars save column grow. So I've seen them offer this. They've been experimenting with kind of all of these offers in the last year. And so what this means is they'll say, okay, if you want 10% off your next order, redeem 100 points. It'll probably be more like 500 points. And then it's like, okay, in order for that to be worth it, you have to spend so much money. And like, why would I do that when I can just wait for the discount? Like, I'm gonna get the discount for free 3 times a year. They do the discount for free now in September, in November, and in April or May. So like 3 times a year, you're already gonna get the discount. I already like just wait for that time of year. So why the hell would I spend? They want you to spend your points to get literally a discount they're gonna give you for free in a couple months. Like, doesn't that seem a little bit ridiculous? And for them to act like this is some exciting points offer is a little bit shitty. And the other new thing that's on here is the points multiplier events. So this says that they're now gonna have multiplier events where like if you buy something during this time frame, you get like 4 times the points, 3 times the points, 2 times the points, whatever. And I mean, that makes sense to me. Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada has points like that. I think in Canada you get, at Shoppers, I think it's you get 10 points for every $1 you spend. Honestly, I used to work at Superstore, so like, I should know this. I was there when the PC system was introduced, but it's all a blur to me now. I'm pretty sure is it 10 points for every $1 you spend? 5 points? You might only get points now for like special deals and shit. I can't remember what the deal is, but Shoppers always has like double your points events, 20 times the points events. They always have like spend your points events. So this is kind of just stealing from that, where you get, you know, if you buy during a certain time frame, you multiply your points, which like, okay, like everyone else does that. It's not that exciting of an event. And especially considering my points were multiplied to 1.5 points, like literally at the last Sephora sale, and now you've reduced them to just be 1 point per $1 spent. I don't really think you're doing me a favor, if we're being honest here. And so overall, I'm just like, I'm so annoyed. Like, I just wish Sephora would like pretend they give a fuck about anything that has to do with their customers, because they clearly do not. They just keep changing. It's very clear to me that they have no idea what they're doing and they don't know how to make their customers happy. So they just keep changing the points events. And then when they realize that the points are too good, they take them away. Like, ooh, 1.5 points is too much for our consumers. Let's take that away. Oh yeah, they can have a point perk for $100, but like they can't get it easily. Let's make it really fucking difficult for them to get the rewards that they earned, because they're spending so much fucking money here. Like, why is my question? Why? Why? So I guess I would say to you guys, what do you think about the new Sephora spend 500 points for $10? Like, is it really worth it to spend $500 at a store and get $10 back? Like, Shoppers Drug Mart's points are way better than that. And I also pulled up the Ulta point system, because if you didn't know, Ulta is opening in Canada. Now, they did have to delay their launch due to the pandemic, so I think they pushed it back another year. So I think they'll be here probably 2021, 2022, because I had seen, like I said before, I'd seen job postings go up for Ulta, so it's kind of slowed down now, and they're probably waiting until after the pandemic, but they are coming to Canada. So my question is it even worth it to shop at Sephora anymore? Unless you're shopping for things that they only carry. Let's take a look at the Ulta points, because these were... Actually, let me put on my mascara and then we'll take a look at the Ulta points, because I can't do mascara and do anything else with my life. We back, we lashed. So, like I was saying, so at Ulta, if you don't know, if you're like me from Canada and you had to look it up because you're like, I don't fucking know what Ulta's points are. So at Ulta, you redeem point or you get points differently like Sephora used to be. So their first level, you get 1 point for every dollar you spend. Their second level is 1.2 points and their diamond level is 1.5 points. So like Sephora had before they just took it away. And at Ulta, 100 points is $3 off. So that's not bad because if you think about it, if you're a regular level, you're spending $100 to get $3, whereas at Sephora, you have to spend $500 to get 10. And then as you redeem more points, it's worth more money. So 250 points is $8 off. 500 points is $17.50. So you're getting an extra $7.50 at Ulta. And then if you redeem 2,000 points, you get $125 off. Whereas remember at Sephora, when you redeem that amount of points, you get $100. So you're getting an extra $25 at Ulta, and at Ulta, you just get it. You don't have to fight some weird online system and hope that you can find the point. At Ulta, you just get the points off. Shoppers Drug Mart is similar. For them, it's like 20,000 points is $20, and Shoppers always has spend your point events. So it's like usually like if you have 100,000 points, which is $100, they let you spend, if you redeem 100,000 points, you get like $140 to spend. And if you live in Canada, if you don't know, Shoppers Drug Mart is President's Choice points, and you can also get those points at the grocery store. So I always like accumulate my points by grocery shopping, and then I spend them on makeup. That's how it's done. Don't tell your husbands, girls. So basically the moral of this story is that Sephora put out a new point system, and the only thing that they brought attention to was the new spending 500 points for $10, and they made it sound like it was a deal, and I just want you guys to know that it's not a deal. I'm gonna finish off my face, maybe fix my hair. She's fading, and I will be back to wrap this up. So this is the finished look. I just put on a Maybelline nude lipstick. I think yesterday when I wore this, I wore an e.l.f. one, but it's in my purse downstairs, and your girl is lazy. Also, I didn't fix my hair because my cat is curled up in a little ball over there like a little angel baby, and if I turn my Revlon hair tool on, she will panic and run away, and I just can't do that to her, so you're just gonna deal with this ugly ass hairdo. Also, if you're following my hair update, my Arctic Fox is finally starting to really fade. As you can see, these top pieces are like really fading, but if you look underneath this top layer, it's still very purple. I think it's because when you wash your hair, you're concentrating it at the scalp, and when you push your hair back, these are the hairs that get washed the most. So we're a little all over the place. I'll probably let it I'm gonna try to let it fade to see kind of what color it turns. These ones aren't turning cute because I think there's a darker blonde under them, and they look kind of gross. I might try to dilute the purple and just throw it over top of the top layer just to because I could probably get this one to last a little bit longer, and then I don't have to dye my whole head. Sidebar. So the reason I wanted to make this video is because people need to stop shopping at Sephora, or this will never end. I understand it's not an option for all of us, but I just want people to be informed. I think Sephora put out this statement, and they think that people are going to see oh, I can spend my points for dollars now, that's great. And they're not going to think about the fact that they're not going to break it down and think about how much they have to spend for the money, and they're not going to think about that compared to other point systems. And I just wanted to let you know that Sephora's point system is still trash. Shoppers Drug Mart is better if you're in Canada. They are starting to carry a lot more high-end brands. They carry Glam Glow now. They carry, I think Too Faced now. Is it Too Faced or I think it's Too Faced. They carry a lot of other brands now. Check your local Shoppers out. Look on their beauty boutique website. They do free shipping over $50. And Shoppers always has spend your points event or extra points events. If you spend $75 on beauty, you get 20 times the points or something. So they're always doing something to help you get more points, where Sephora is never. They have their spend your points. They have double points events on fragrance and skincare every once in a while, but unless I need stuff, I never buy during those times because it doesn't affect me. It's always a weird time, whereas Shoppers always has them. So whenever you need to buy stuff at Shoppers, you can just wait for a sale and it works out. but with Sephora, not so much. So I just wanted to let you guys know that the point system had changed. I wanted to let you know that they had taken away the 1.5 perks for VIB Rouge. They have taken away the expedited shipping for VIB Rouge, and now they are letting you, they're trying to tell you to spend your points at $500 increments because they don't want you to get the $100 point perk. That's why they make it so hard to get. So overall, I continue to be disappointed in Sephora. Oh, also, thank you guys for getting me to 3,000 subscribers. Hello, new people. I literally was away for 2 weeks because of the moving, and I logged back on the other day and thought saw that I had 3.01K subscribers. So thank you, new people. What up? Welcome. There will be home stuff coming. There will be more mid-size stuff coming if I can ever go into a store again. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Sephora reward system. Will it deter you from shopping there? Do you care? Do you shop at Ulta if you're in the States? Do you shop at Shoppers if you're in Canada? Like, I love Sephora, like, as a store. It's like nice to go in and swatch stuff, and like, I am a consumer at heart, but I'm just like so over their point system just being so trash for so long. And like with Ulta opening in Canada soon, I don't see, and Shoppers already being here with great points, I don't see my relationship with Sephora going very far unless it's brands that only Sephora carries, like Fenty, etc. So that's my thoughts on the situation. Let me know what you guys think down below. Subscribe to my channel, up every Tuesday and Thursday. Again, I might only get one video up this week because things are still hectic. I'm still unpacking forever. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.